what can you tell us about the return of Dak and the thumb?
Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen this week, right? I mean, he said he had a good visit with the doctor, and he said, but the next step is to get that strength in his thumb. Obviously, it wasn't as good a visit as Dak hoped it would be, or else they would have determined that he did have the strength in his thumb to throw the ball. McCarthy has said he wants to see him get through a full week of practice. He didn't practice yesterday, so this will not be a full week of practice. So if you take McCarthy at his word, we shouldn't expect to see Dak until week 6 at the earliest.
And that's the week, of course, is the Rams, and then the following week they play a huge showdown Sunday night game against the Eagles that could be for the top of the division, which begs this question. How much? I understand they're going to bring him back whenever he can come back. Right. But that is also there's an art to that and there's a science to that. How much is the return of Dak dependent upon how they continue to play, which is to say, if they lose this weekend, does he rush? And if they keep on winning, does it suddenly not feel as good?
Well, I think to your point, Cooper Rush has bought them time. And if they win this week, if Tannenbaum's right, if you're right, then it buys them another week. But you talk about divisional games. But if they lose this week, I think he comes back because he's going to feel the pressure. Now, you hear Jerry Jones kind of keep expectations low. But we saw, remember last year when Russell Wilson came back from that injury, what you worry about is the ball selling. You worry about re-injuring the thumb because players are going to go after it because they know grip strength is going to be a problem. It's his throwing hand, so you got to protect him from himself. And then, it changes the way you play football. I say, like I said before, I think that you should keep playing this style of football and let it go through the running game, the defense, no matter if Dak is behind center or Cooper Rush is. The problem is Dak is a upper echelon quarterback. They're going to open up the playbook, but they have to protect him from himself because you're playing, the long game, not the short.
In the meantime, I want to let Tannenbaum take a victory lap here for just a minute because right before the season began, when the whole world, including Vegas, flipped their opinion and told us the Eagles were going to be this kind of good and we're giving up on the Cowboys, everybody buried Dallas after week 1. Mike T, you have remained steadfast on the Dallas bandwagon. Now you and I ride it alone together. What is your take on what they've done so far?
Well, so far so good, but we got a long way to go, as we all know. But here's what they're doing, a little bit to what Bart said. They know how to win games, and Cooper Rush said it himself after last week. They're winning because of an incredible defense led by Micah Parsons, who outside of Aaron Donald right now, Green is the best defensive player on the planet. And I think the key is from a human nature standpoint, and I've been there as a GM, they have bought time, as Bart said. So with Dak Prescott now, take your time, give him the extra week if you can. They know how to win games. That front seven is fast, it's athletic, it's difference-making, and you could check the ball down to 2 really good running back screening, and Noah Brown is the receiver that's emerged. We talked about James Washington getting hurt, Michael Gallup being not ready to go on opening day. So they have a formula that's working for them.
To make the point even clearer, Dan, and you were saying this in the meeting this morning, if anything, the expectation would be that they would err on the side of caution. It's one thing to feel some level of panic if they lose this week. But you made the remark to me this morning, Jerry Jones knows the value of an investment.
He does.
And their investment is in Dak Prescott.
It is. And look, the recent history of this team shows us that they will be extra careful as opposed to under careful. There was a game last week where Dak Prescott probably could have played a Sunday night game against Minnesota. They held him out. Remember the whole thing in training camp, right, where he had an issue with his shoulder while he's coming back from the ankle. He wanted to play in a preseason game. They will be careful with him. And the other thing is, like, if you bring him back too soon, it's not even just about damage to him. If he can't throw the football right, then you're better off with Cooper, right? I mean, because like a full-strength guy with all the strength in his hands. So I think there's plenty of reasons for them to be cautious, regardless of what happens this week.
The first 2 games when Russell Wilson came back from the pen in his hand were ugly. The ball was selling because he couldn't finish his throws, the grip, the rotation of the football, slower velocity. But this is the thing. Jerry Jones also wants to provide Dak Prescott a soft landing. You bring him back against the champs, he struggles. Then the most famous person in all the world is the backup quarterback. And I've been, taking calls from people all week, on a radio show, and they're saying, hey, Cooper Rush gives us the best chance to win. We don't really need Dak back. And that's what's happening, success. So you bring Dak back when you get past or maybe you clear that Philadelphia Eagles hurdle, then now you give them a soft landing with the Lions.
A lot of those people calling in, are they scouts, like, and coaches and stuff? Because I'm starting to wonder if maybe they don't know exactly.
They got stock in Dallas.
Yeah,
They've been fans for a lifetime. I've been fans since 1955.
Maybe you got a call from Mike at the Seaport who said, here's what's going to happen. They're going to stick with Cooper Rush 2 more weeks. They're going to beat the Rams. Then they're going to beat the Eagles. And then think about how loud that's going to get. Then think about how loud that's going to get.
By the way, you said victory lap because Mike T picked the Cowboys over the Eagles. They're in second place behind the Eagles. How is that a victory lap?
The whole world buried the Cowboys after week 1.
And they shook the dirt off, patted on their feet, and rolls, Greeny. But I tell you what, the next 2 weeks are going to be telling. Because if they lose those 2 games, they're going to be 2 games behind or 3 games behind Philadelphia. They continue to win.
Check back with me when they're 5-1. We'll have that conversation then. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.